I am back. So where was I? You know, does that make sense? I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm such a mess. This is why I don't film. Hello everybody, if you're new, my name is Lynn Kate. If you're not, welcome back. So today I have a Q&A for you guys, and this is going to be to fix my glasses. They're not prescribed, but I am blind. I do need prescription glasses. I did get these glasses from the book club. They sent them to me and I love them so much. They have like this cool little like tint to it. But yeah, I have to put prescription on these because I really can't see without them. But I think they look cute, so I'm just going to wear them for this video. But anyways, as you guys already know by the title, this is going to be a Q&A about college. I'm going to be answering your questions that you asked me on Instagram. So let me go ahead and find those questions because I am not prepared. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell button. That way you're notified every time I upload. I know I've been inconsistent, but it's because I've been in a funk. I've been very discouraged. I do not know what I want to do with this channel yet. Like, I don't only want to do hair. I am going to post hair videos, but I don't want hair to be the main like focus. And also follow me on Instagram because I post a lot on there. I post a lot of hair stuff on there. So if you are all about hair, follow me on there as well. Found it. Okay, so Jojo's Fro asked, how haven't you dropped out yet? A sis needs motivation. Guys, for the past 2 semesters, including this one, I've been wanting to drop out.
You know what, guys? I'm done. I'm dropping out of school. I'm done.
I'm so sorry, Dad and Mom and Dad. I'm so sorry. It's just, I don't know, I feel like school is not for me. I feel like what I'm doing now with content creating, it's like I don't need school. You don't need a degree to be a content creator. And I've also built a lot of relationships with companies and brands and people that I don't think I would need a degree if I would like to work at one of these companies, because I have experience already, like, you know, content creating, how Instagram works and stuff like that. Like, I know that school is like, my classes are teaching me more stuff, more technical stuff, but yeah. Oh, before we move on to the next questions, I'm like all over the place. I'm so sorry, guys. This is how I really am. I'm like a mess. But I'm in my 4th year of college. I am 21 years old. I recently turned 21 November 11th, 11/11. So yay, happy birthday to me. But I am my 4th year of college, but I'm a junior because I kept transferring. So, you know, your credits don't really transfer every time. So I am considered a junior. But whatever, I have like a 1.5 or 2 years left depending on how many courses I take each semester. So I went to community college, BMCC, for 2 years in Manhattan, and my goal wasn't to graduate from there, so I just took random courses to just get good grades and move on to a 4-year college. So after I finished my 2 years at BMCC, I went to SUNY Albany, and by the time it was time to apply for a 4-year college, I did not want to go away, but my family members told me that I should go away. They loved going away and being away at college and dorming and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try it for a semester. I tried it for fall 2017. I did not like it. It's very repetitive. I went to SUNY Albany, so it's a really big campus. It's a big school. It's a good school, and it's beautiful, but it was so repetitive. Like, you really can't do anything other than like party. And I think it's better if you have like a group of friends because they keep you sane and you can just hang out with them all the time and go out with them. But there's really nothing to do. Like, in the city, there's a lot of stuff to do. But going away to Albany, there's like so much you can do, and I was very depressed. My content was not doing, like, I wasn't doing well with my content and my Instagram and stuff. So yeah, it was very bad. So I actually came back to New York City after that semester. It was too late to apply to 4-year colleges because I decided like already, I think in December, and the deadline was already over for city colleges here, 4-year colleges. So I went back to BMCC to get my associate's degree because the school that I wanted to go to, Brooklyn College, which is a 4-year, said that they prefer if I get my associate's degree. And so I got my associate's degree at BMCC, and then I transferred to Brooklyn College where I am now. This is my first semester. I am majoring in television and radio, so it's really cool. I actually like some of my classes because we are learning about advertising, we're learning about TV production and stuff like that, so it's cool. I definitely can apply what I'm learning right now in school to like my Instagram and yeah, my content creator life. But I kind of don't need it, so yeah. But I'm so close to graduating. I'm already like halfway there, or more than halfway there. So it's like I've been in school for almost 4 years now, so might as well just finish it. Like, why am I gonna drop out at this point? What's it like going to college in New York City? Do you feel a community within your college? So the college that I go to is in Brooklyn. I specifically decided to not be in Manhattan for college because it doesn't really feel like, I don't know, like the city is too busy, which that's okay. But going back home, there's like train traffic and it's kind of like, I don't like being in that environment, especially if I'm just going to school. I picked Brooklyn College because it's a very nice campus. It's different. It's not just buildings that you go in and go out. Like there's like, it's a campus. Like you walk through campus, you walk through your to your classes on the campus. You don't really have to like associate with other people outside unless you're like going out to eat. So I really like it, but I've made a couple of friends, but it's different from going away to SUNY Albany, because even though SUNY Albany is in upstate New York, it's different because everyone kind of is dorming out there, so it's like a different type of experience. But yeah, I mean, going to Brooklyn College is fun. It's nice. It's cool. It's not, you know, not like going away. How do you manage all you have going on and school? Girl. It's tough because I feel like I can't give school 100% of my time and attention, and I feel like I also can't give, I can't give my content 100% of my time and attention. However, I do give my job more time and attention than my schoolwork, which is bad because I'm in school, I'm supposed to be studying, I'm supposed to be trying to get A's or B's or whatever, but I'm paying more attention to my job because one, it's what's making me money, and two, I love doing it. But having school at the same time makes me like a little discouraged because I'm like, oh my goodness, like I can't, like I have so many ideas, I have so much to do, but I have to study some of those days. So it's like, I don't know, you guys can probably imagine it's tough. I only go to school Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I take 4 classes. I usually take 5, but I couldn't this semester because I don't know, because I was a transfer student, and you know, transfer students don't get priority in classes. So I'm taking 4, and although they're not like math courses or science courses, which I do not like math or science, and those are tough courses, of course, it's still like hard because I have to read, and I do have to still study and write 10-page papers. Well, I have to write a 10-page paper for one of my classes. So it's hard because I can't like give school my all, but I trying to give my job my all, but I still can't because sometimes I need to study instead of creating content. So it's pretty hard. And honestly, I've cried so many times, like by myself in my room, ugly crying, because I'm like, I can't take this anymore. Like, this is so hard. Because, okay, it's not like I'm not saying that my job is worse or anything like that. Everyone has their own experience. Everyone deals with things differently. But it's not like I'm going to a 9-to-5. It's not like I'm working retail like I used to before, and I would go into my job, help customers, and then come back out, and then like, you know, just leave my work there and then come home and work on school. It's different because I am my own boss. Yes, when I work with brands and other companies, they have their own guidelines that I have to listen to. So essentially they're kind of my boss, not really, because they also listen to me as well, but let's say like they're my boss when I'm working with the brand. So, and it's literally like I answer emails non-stop. I'm in class, I'm answering emails. I try not to look at my phone, but sometimes if it's an urgent email that I have to respond, or the company or my agent would like for me to respond right away, I try to get on that while I'm in class and then try to put my phone away. But it's hard because, yeah, I'm answering emails all day, every day. Not really on the weekends. I still answer emails on the weekends, especially if I'm working with a brand and we're going back and forth. But on the weekends, it's a little calmer. But again, I said this like 3 times already. I'm answering emails all day, every day. I have to pay attention to my phone to see if my agent texts me about something that is due, or if I forget something or something urgent. So it's not like I'm going to a 9 to 5 or whatever, a retail job, another job, leaving my work there and coming back home. Like, no, my work is always with me. I'm always paying attention to emails. I'm always editing a photo. I'm always posting something that, you know, that I'm getting paid for, or sponsored content or non-sponsored content. Like, I have to be really consistent with this. So yeah, of course there are times that I have breaks and stuff and I'm not like really on my phone, or I'm just on my phone for fun, but most of the time I'm answering back to comments. Like, this is a real job, guys. This is a real job. It's not like a lot of people think it's like, oh, you take selfies and you make videos and that's it. Like, wow, what an easy job. And it's like it's a really cool job, but it's still work. So yeah, I don't know what the question was. Oh, how do you manage all you have going on in school? I try to have days where I'm specifically just taking photos, editing, and talking to brands back and forth, asking questions, and then 1 or 2 days out of the week I try to dedicate my time to studying, reading, which I don't really like reading like that, but I'm really trying to stay on top of my schoolwork, but it is hard. Why did you leave Albany? So I left Albany, like I said, because it was so repetitive. I felt like it wasn't for me. I'm not a social butterfly, so I feel like that affected my experience there too. I didn't have friends until like the last 2 weeks of school. It just wasn't for me. I didn't like here, even though I don't go to Manhattan all the time, at least I have like access to it. And when I have events, I can go quickly. Like, I don't really have to travel 3 hours, because Albany from the city, from where like I live, is 3 hours away in bus or in car too. It's not like that bad, but it's still bad. So I went in the fall of 2017, and that first month, or actually I came back almost every weekend back home from Albany because I was just that bored. But I also used to come back on Thursdays, like some Thursdays, because I had events to go to. So one event at the beginning of the semester, I was paid to go and to post and attend and everything. So, and that was on a Thursday, and I had class on a Thursday, so I had to like skip one of my classes, and that professor was like, oh, why are you leaving? And I'm like, I gotta go. So I had to skip one of my classes to come to this event and post and attend and, you know, do all of that stuff. And then I had to come another time for another event, and then I just kept coming back because I miss my family and my sisters, and I miss the city life. So that was hard. So then I realized, like at the end of the semester, I realized that being away from the city is not for me. There's really nothing to do in Albany in regards to brand events and connecting and networking and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I came back, because I was surprised. How did you choose your major? So honestly, so at BMCC and Albany, I was doing communications, and I love all the speech courses that I had to take, and all the, like, I had this conflict resolution. Somebody's ringing the doorbell. Hold on 1 second. I am back. So where was I? Okay, so I took this conflict resolution class at BMCC, and I loved it. It was just about how to speak, how to resolve conflict, honestly. At Brooklyn College, they had a communications major, but also a TV and radio major. So I was like, okay, this is interesting, TV and radio, like what does this mean? Like, am I gonna speak in front of the TV? Like, that's kind of what I want to do. I want to expand in that. I want to learn more about it. I want to learn how to speak in front of a camera better. So I looked into it, and that's what I liked. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be learning about TV production and all of that good stuff. So I just picked it because it's something that stood out to me. What is your study method? So I do study. I don't study too much, but I do study, and all I do is index cards. If it's like vocabulary and stuff, or even if you're taking math courses or science and you have formulas and you need to memorize them, or you rather memorize them because, you know, for whatever reason, you just write down the formula or the vocabulary and then just memorize it. Like, keep going one by one, memorizing and then reciting all of them together until like you're finished. And then at the end, if you can memorize everything without looking at the definition or the cheat sheet, then you're good. But I know it's like a little harder than that, but that's what I do. I don't really have a specific method to studying. I just try to memorize things. Do you feel that living arrangements on and off campus affect your success as a student? No, because when I was away at Albany, I was 15 minutes away from the main campus, which is where all the classes are. And so I lived on campus, but it was 15 minutes away. It was like a different campus with other students. And I mean, I was still like really close to school and there was really nothing to do. So I was living on campus and it really didn't like help me get better grades or anything. So I think it just depends on the person. What are your intended career goals and how does your major support them? I want to keep creating content for a while, but I also am curious to see how like agencies work. So I'm represented by an agency and I'm actually interested in that. Like, I don't know if one day I would like to have my own agency or something along those lines, or be a social media consultant at one point. And I think, or be in front of the TV like a host, yeah, like a host of a show or something. So my major will definitely help me with like speaking in front of the camera and or like news. I don't want to be a news reporter, but I am taking like a news writing class and documentary class, so it will definitely help me. But other than that, I really don't think like I really need school. I'm just getting my degree to make everybody happy and because it's good to have anyways. How do you manage your time between school and everything else outside of it? So this is like a question similar to the other one I answered. How do I manage my time? I just try to choose days where I'm like, one day I'm going to study, or for the beginning of the day, for a certain amount of hours, I'm going to dedicate my time to reading the chapters I have to read for this class. And then the next few hours or after that, I try to take pictures or film a video. Like right now, I have class at 5:30. No, I have class at 6:30. I have to leave my house around like 5:30 to be there a little early to be there a little early. So like right now I'm filming a video, but after this it's 2:17 p.m. right now. After I finish this video, I'm going to go to school, and I'm not going to leave at 5:30. I'm going to leave around like 3:30, 4. That way I have like an hour to be in the library and just read the chapters that I have to read. And that's good because my final exam is on certain chapters. So if I'm already reading ahead or just reading now instead of leaving everything to the last minute, it'll be better because at least I like know some stuff already, you know? Does that make sense? I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm such a mess. This is why I don't film. Who's your favorite classmate? So this question was from Crest But Curly on Instagram. We go to the same school and we take some of the same courses. We have 2 classes together. So yes, Maria, you are my favorite classmate. Do you think it's okay to take a gap year if you're not sure what you want to do? Let me put my phone down because this might take a while for me to like get out. Okay, so should you take a gap year? I always think about this because I feel like I should have taken a semester or 2 off. Or I mean, I could still take a semester off, but I'm just so close that I'm not going to. I'm gonna try not to. But I think it's okay if you want to take a gap year, because I think if you're graduating high school, I think you should definitely, I mean, this is just my advice. This is my advice. You don't have to take it. I'm not saying that you have to do this. This is the right thing to do. Nothing's right. You decide what you want to do. But I feel like you should go to school, like right after high school. You should go to college at least for 1 year, even if you don't know what you want to do, because college can help some people figure out what they want to do. Because the first year of college, you usually take basic courses. You take math, science, history. So you have like a little bit of everything. So if you don't like science, you can come to a conclusion like, okay, I hate science. I'm not doing anything in the medical fields or anything that involves science. So at least you have that crossed out your list. Like me, I know I hated math. Well, no, math I was like a little confused about, but science, I knew I didn't want to do anything that involved science. So I already knew that was crossed out my list. Moving on. So I think college can help you do that. So let's say after the first year you still don't know what you want to do, you can continue going, because I don't think you can you can, well, I think every school might be different, but I think you choose your major once you are a junior in college. Yeah, a junior. So you can still take random courses your sophomore year and still try to figure out what you want to do until your junior year. But let's say you really don't want to spend more money on school because you want to focus on something else, then you should definitely take a year off or just not go to school anymore, because you can definitely be successful and make your money and do what you want to do without school. But you just really have to be a hustler. You have to be motivated. You have to be dedicated. It's not like, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people take a year off and work their regular job just to survive, but you could do that, but you have to, if you have something that you're passionate about, also work on it. I know it's going to be a lot, it's going to be a lot of work, but do your 9-to-5 or your retail job and then work on your side hustle. No, that's not a side hustle. Work on your passion and yeah, and then make it work. But if you're just taking a year off because you don't know what you want to do with school, but you're also working like a job that you don't want to work, then do that as well, but just make sure that you don't get caught up in the money. Because yeah, your 9-to-5 can be making you really good money, but if you know that you can't like go into a higher position because you don't have a degree, and you know, go into a higher position and make more money, then in 10 years when you're like 30 years old or however old, that's not going to be like important. Like that's not going to make you happy. So, you know, don't get caught up in making money right now because you're young and you don't want to go to school because you think this job is going to last. Like, no. Does that make sense? I feel like it don't make sense, but you know what I mean. I think taking gap year is okay as long as you know what you want to do, or as long as you have like a backup plan, or you have like certain like goals, like okay, I'm going to take a year off, I'm going to work on this, I'm still going to work on my job so I can live, and then yeah, like work it out from there. Have you changed your major since school started, and how many times? So at first, when I first started community college, I chose business administration as my intended major. I think that's what it's called, because again, first year students don't really have a major, they just take liberal arts classes, like basic ass classes. So, but I really wanted to do business administration, but then I realized that it involves a lot of math, and I know a lot of people say like, oh, even if it involves a lot of math, like you don't really have to be good in math. But no, like I took statistics and macroeconomics, and that killed me. That killed me. I am so bad at math. I'm so bad at basic math. Like I'm so bad at math. So after I took that macroeconomics class, I was like, you know what, this is not for me. Like this is not for me. So I decided not to do business administration. Instead I did communications, and then when I went to Albany, I continued communications, and then when I went to Brooklyn College, like I said, they had communications and TV and radio, and TV and radio was the one that like stood out to me the most, so I decided to do that because I was more interested in it. But communications is like a really good major, I think, so you guys should look into it. It depends, like if you want to do something with like doctor and lawyer, then obviously you can do communications unless it's like a minor, but that's like totally different. I'm going off the trail. Yeah, so I guess I really just changed it twice. What's your go-to study strategies? Do you have any tips on time management? Honestly, I don't have like any specific strategy for studying. I just like using index cards. I like rereading stuff. I like highlighting. I like, if you're reading a book, because I don't really like reading books, especially the ones that my professors want me to read. Like, I don't want to read just a random book. Not a random book, but I don't want to read a book that they suggest because I don't find it interesting. I like to go on Google and look at the book's title analysis, like analysis of that book, or like chapter analysis. So yeah, I mean, I feel like that's not really a good thing to say, but you should read the book. How is college different from high school? It's super different. Everybody is on their own time, but at the same time, sort of. So like everyone knows that they're in college. Everyone has like the same type of struggles or whatever. A lot of people do. But it's different from high school because people have their own groups, but it's not like cliquey. It's not like high school where like there's a popular clique over there, and then if you're in this clique that means that you're lame. Like it's not like that. Like everybody is doing their own thing. It's very chill. Everyone is studying, everyone is fooling around, everybody's procrastinating. Like it's not a big deal. Like college is not like high school at all, so don't be scared about college. Should I, my friend Layla was like, should I drop out now or now, because I'm over this college shit. Girl, she's in her first year of college. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're studying, but I mean, what you're studying doesn't really matter. But no, don't drop out if, you know, I know college is tough, but try to push. Hardest class you ever took. Hardest class I ever took, which I mentioned already, is statistics and macroeconomics. Macroeconomics, I thought I was going to be interested in the class, and this is the thing. I thought when I chose macroeconomics, well, actually I think I had to take it. When I was taking the class, I thought, like in the beginning before actually starting the class, I thought I was going to like it because it was kind of interesting to me when I read the details of the class. But then my professor walks in and he is I'm not even gonna say it. He was a jerk. Like, he didn't really care about his students. He put students down. Like, he made you feel discouraged from the start. He was like, a lot of people fail my class, so whatever, like, you know, just read the textbook, blah blah blah. And he always spoke up, like, he barely, I swear to you, if you do like a survey of everybody in that class, he barely taught. Like, he didn't really teach. He didn't teach. He like the first 10 minutes he would teach what was going to be on the test or the chapter or like the little question, and then he spent the rest, I think that class was only like an hour long or something like that, or maybe longer. No, it was like an hour long. He spent the rest 50 minutes of the class talking about politics and about other stuff, but it's not like he would relate it back to what the class was about. It's not like he would like talk about politics and he would relate it back. Like, no, he was just going off about things, and I'm just like, okay, I understand, but I don't want to understand it because I need to learn about this class. Like, this class involves math and it involves a little like, I guess, a lot of complex stuff in a way, so I wanted him to go deeper, but he wouldn't go deeper. I don't even want to talk about this anymore because that class really killed me. I don't know what grade I got in that class. I probably got like a D or a C. But yeah, that class was horrible. The professor was really bad. He didn't really care about his students or about teaching anything. And I know a lot of people say like, oh, it's not about that. Like, you have to go and teach yourself. If you don't like the professor, that's not like on him. But no, I'm paying to go to school, or whoever is paying to go to school, and I should have professors that are passionate about what they're teaching. I shouldn't just have to teach this myself. Like that to me is really annoying and doesn't make sense, because I'm paying money to go to school and my professor is literally not teaching me. So like, what's the point? And I'm the type of person, like, I have to pick. I mean, obviously some things happen and you can't choose the nice professor, but I get more motivated if the professor is really passionate and really is a good teacher, because if not, then I'm just lost. I'm like, okay, well, if he doesn't care, then why should I care? But how do you deal with the stress of college and still keep up with your overall appearance look? So I know, like, you guys see me on YouTube and Instagram and I look so cute, I look popping, I look snatched, my hair is defined, my hair is voluminous, my makeup is on point, but, and I actually say this a lot in my stories, the reality is that I do not look like that every day. When I go to school, most of the time I have a hat on and I don't have makeup on. Like, I'm literally just over it. My hair may look nice, but I don't have makeup. I'm wearing leggings, I'm wearing sweats, I'm wearing a hoodie. Like, I really don't care when I go to school, so you don't really have to stress about like looking good for school, because really nobody cares. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Okay. Alright guys, that is it. That is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for participating and asking me your questions. I hope I was able to help some of you. This is why I kind of don't like doing sit down videos, like talking directly to the camera, because I go off. Like, my mind, my thoughts are everywhere, that I'm like talking about something and then I like completely change the subject or talk about something else. So hopefully this video comes out together nicely because I really want to post it. But you know what, this is me, like I'm not gonna say like my life semester or anything like that. Like when I say that, I'm kind of being dramatic. I hope this video helped you guys because I'm a college student and these are just my thoughts about college, about classes, about majors, about like everything involving college. So I know most of you are in college, so I hope this video was good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So please don't forget to subscribe and comment, like, share, hit the little bell button, that way you're notified every time I upload, and I will see you guys next time. Please let me know down below any of your study methods or college experience or what you think about college. That way people can go through the comments and get, like, I guess, get prepared or just see other people's thoughts, because nobody really is alone. So yeah, and if you guys can comment below any video suggestions that you guys would like me to do so. That way I can like write them down and then start filming them. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah.